Okay, awesome. So welcome to the final reading / performance of My Story, My Voice Fall 2020. Our three students that we have reading today in the following order is Masila is going to be going first, then we're going to have Brenna, and then we are going to have Salam, okay? So how we're going to do this is each student is going to read their piece. We're going to listen for some golden lines, some things we liked about the piece. We're going to offer up those golden lines, and then we will welcome on our next reader to the virtual stage, okay? All right, so first off, our first reader will be Masila. Let's give Masila a warm welcome. Okay, and don't forget to read your title, boys and girls. Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. My story is called Christmas Surprise. The day after my 11th birthday, when my grandmother gave me an edible arrangement that had chocolate-covered strawberries, pineapples, grapes, and other fruits, I was tired because my mom let me stay up as late as I wanted. I suddenly woke up because I heard my mom yelling, "Everyone get up and clean the house." I tried to go back to sleep. I did not want to get up. I was mad. I couldn't go back to sleep. My mom came into my room and said again, "Get up and clean the house." We all got up and walked down the stairs as if we were zombies, zombified. Then I looked to the right, which was the living room, and saw a Christmas tree with lots of presents under it. All of the presents were wrapped in Santa and Teen Titans wrap topped with red bows. That's when it hit me. It was Christmas. I had forgotten. My mom told me to wait to open the presents, but that was almost impossible, and I just couldn't resist anymore. Next thing I know, one of my hands were on a present that I opened that was not supposed to be open. So the whole time me and my brothers were opening our presents, I stood in front of that one present. Somehow no one noticed. It was pretty surprising that a morning that started off as cleaning the house turned into opening presents. It was an amazing memory. My big brother got a PS4 and a basketball, and I'm sure he got more stuff, but I forgot. I got an Xbox 360 with games, which I had lots of fun on. I forgot to open one last present in a square shape. When I opened it, to my surprise, it was a football. The reason it was so surprising was because footballs are not in square shapes. I remember so many memories from playing with the football at the park. The ball always had a really irritating rubbery smell to it, but I still loved it. The football was also blue and white and had these dots all over it that had a weird texture. It was an amazing day, and I will never forget. I will never forget it. This day was so important to me because it was fun and my whole family was there. The end.
That was terrific.
Great.
I'm sorry, I was so excited. I applauded too early. Okay, thank you so much, Masila. That was wonderful. Okay, guys, so let's offer up Masila some compliments about his story. So what stood out to you guys? What are some things that you liked?
I'll go first.
Go for it.
I liked how descriptive you were, and how you kind of, gave us little breadcrumbs into the big event, which was Christmas. Because, you started out, we have to get up and clean. We're awoken, suddenly, and then it's a great big surprise. And I love how descriptive you were about your gifts and, like the rubbery feel and the shape of the box that the football came in. That was really good.
I agree. This is Grandmama. I thought it was very, descriptive and excellent because especially when he said he was surprised about the Christmas football present because it was in a square box. And I like when he said when he opened it up, he was so happy, and he told me about the smell of it. And you know how new things smell, like those kind of footballs and rubbery things smell. It kind of brought my sense of smell up. And I liked when,
Sensory like imaging. Go ahead. Sorry.
right, and I love, your excuse, daughter. And I like when he said we went from cleaning house to Christmas presents. And I thought, oh, how cute is that? Mom said, get up, we're going to clean up the house. And they instead of cleaning up the house was already clean, and they got Christmas presents. Oh, and one more thing. I love when he talked about the fruit edibles I sent him. He loves those. At Christmas. There's a Christmas.
Yeah.
I loved everything, obviously, right?
Thank you guys. Thank you, Aunt Gabby and Priscilla, for contributing. Anyone else have some other things they want to add? Brenna or Salam, you guys can contribute too. You can tell us what you liked about Masila's story.
My mom liked the zombified part,
Yeah,
even though she literally hates Halloween.
Yes, I like that. That was a nice use of simile there.
yeah, that was very good.
I like how he said that suddenly he realized his hands were on a present. I like how that happened. But I did like the little bits of humor that was in it. So it was a great story overall.
Yes.
By the way, when that happened, I don't know how it happened. It just happened. I just walked down the stairs. I sat down, and then I blinked once, and then my hand was on an open present.
Wow.
Sure. Yes, Masila is very funny, and I think that, yeah, there's so much humor to the situation where you think, oh, he's waking up to clean the house, and then, surprise, we're gonna have Christmas. Okay, anybody else want to add anything? Okay, all right. Thank you guys so much. Masila, terrific job. Let's move on to our second reader, Brenna. Let's welcome Brenna to the stage. All right, Brenna, your turn.
My story is called Falling, and then I wrote Brennan Goldstein, but I don't think I need it. But just read, speak up a little bit. Okay. Once upon a time, I was at a really fun party for my friend Lucy. She made tons of jokes. She may have been one of my favorite people at the time. Hey, Brenna, why did the chicken cross the road? Why did the chicken cross the road? To be a chicken nugget? No, silly, to get to the other side was its favorite chicken food, she shouted back. Haha, that's really funny. I tried to yell at the top of my lungs. I was at the Blood Something Park. It was Saturday and the sky was blue and there was not a cloud in sight. At that moment, Lucy, my friend Ryan, and I had been playing tag. I was running after Ryan, who was running after Lucy. I was staying clear of Ryan, though she was the tagger, and I did not want to be the tagger. I really don't like being it. And I had already been it. I started the game. I was going fast on the playscape that was 6 feet off the ground, which was covered with hard pointy chips. To me, at the time, I was really paying no notice to them, but from what I did see, they were pointy wooden spearheads. I was not too happy about it. The next thing I know, I can't see Ryan and I feel a tap. She had tagged me and I started to groan a playful groan and started to chase her. I got her. I tripped over her shoelace, which was hot pink and was tied to a black shoe. Her shoe was not black, but it was, oh my gosh, glittering. Her mom had glued Ryan's shoe as a little surprise, and I was chasing after her and tripped. Now you may think, well, bumped in me, you were playful things, whatever. No, I tripped and I did the worst thing a 3-year-old can do. I fell off the landing. I fell off. I landed with a big thump on the ground and started to cry. I was crying super hard. And I think my cheek was burning from how much water was pouring out of my eyes. At first I lost my breath, then it came back. No one saw my fall, only my friends, but they were too fast, meaning they were slow. So poor I was about to cry. My dad was reading a book and he didn't look up until I started crying. My tears fell like a rushing river. I fell on my arm and it felt like I was dead, so I could not move at all. Then my dad looked up from his book and saw me. He ran really fast, and faster than I had ever seen him. He picked me up and wiped my face, and it had scrapes and cuts. I had that hard, chippy wood in my hair, and my dad ran as fast. He put me in the car and drove to the hospital. We were in the emergency part, and I didn't come out until I felt a small thing wrap my arm. When I woke up at home, I had a hard, hot pink thing on my arm. It would not come off, so I fell back asleep and woke up with my room full of boxes I liked, but I liked them. They were sparkling in the morning sunlight. After the door, my mother and father stood there, looked at me, and then said, "What are all these boxes? I thought my stuff was already in my room." She said, "It is. These are boxes like Christmas gifts for a party." And I said, "Yay!" I screamed, and I didn't remember that for a really long time. The end.
Yay!
Awesome.
Terrific job. So impressive, Brenna, because Brenna wrote so much of that like today, guys. Like we can give her some extra props because she is like such a fast, amazing writer. Really nice job. Okay, so let's give Brenna some golden lines, some compliments. I'll just start off. What I noticed was that there was this wonderful repetition of the detail about the hard, scrappy wood chips on the ground and how she fell on them, and then how they were in her hair. And I just loved that amount of detail. And I loved the detail about the tears, that her cheeks were burning because there was so many tears, and also that her tears were rushing like a river. I thought that was a really lovely detail. Okay, thank you. Anybody else?
I was going to say the thudding and the tears. That was really descriptive. That was like good detail.
Yes.
I really liked you used foreshadowing, or you gave us a sense at the beginning that maybe something might get a little strange in the story. So you said it was Saturday, the sky was blue, not a cloud in sight. And when you said that, I was like, uh-oh, no, what's gonna happen? And then I was really surprised when you said I did the worst thing a 3-year-old can do, because then you told us as the audience what your age was. And you have a really impressive amount of memory and description telling the story from when you're 3. I think that's really amazing.
Yeah, totally. And one other thing I really liked was the characterization of Lucy. I thought it was really fun to just kind of give us some of her dialogue, some sense of why Lucy was such a good friend to you, why you liked her so much. Well, because you guys were always telling these really ridiculous jokes. I thought that was fun.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Give my mama a turn.
Oh, yes.
I don't remember this day because I wasn't there. So it's nice to hear like your point of view and all the details from that day, because I only heard it secondhand. But
you clearly knew it happened.
I knew it happened, but it was interesting to hear it from your point of view, especially so many years later, and what stuck out to you. And so
6 years later.
6 years later, and you did a good job with a lot of the description words. I'm really impressed.
Honestly, I would have done the part with the notice. Honestly, I would have done some paid attention instead of paid any notice, but I did not know how to spell attention, so I just nope.
Well, I think it was excellent. Okay, thanks again, Brenna. All right, so now for our final reader of the evening, Salam. Let's welcome Salam to the virtual stage. All right. Woo!
One day my mother surprised us. She said she had a surprise for us. We got in the car and we went to a cat shelter. When we
went to the cat. No. Yeah, start over. One day, my mother said that she had a surprise for us. We got in a car and we went to a cat shelter. And I saw a gray sign that said animal shelter. And I knew that we might get a cat. And we looked at lots of cats, and we mostly looked at black cats because my mom liked black cats. And when we found one, his name was Mr. Hands. He was very playful and nice. We decided we wanted to take him home. He was really excited. I was so happy that my mom would surprise me with a pet. We named him Zulu. He is very playful at home. He jumps around and down the steps. He hops down lots of steps at the same time. He has a lot of fun to play with. And when we got home, I decided I wouldn't play with him because it was his first time walking into the house. Then the next day he came out one night when we were watching a movie, and we saw him on the stairs, and he came into the living room and started to play. And Zulu eyes are brown, and his claws are very tiny. But sometimes when he plays too much, he will put his claws on your arm or hand and jump around with it. And the only reason we named him Zulu, it is after Shaka Zulu, a king. The end.
Woo! Thank you so much, Salam. Wonderful job. Okay, can we give Salam some golden lines? Does anyone want to start?
I like the part where he said his claws are tiny, but like still really hurts like really bad. But yeah, I like that part because his claws are tiny, but they still are way stronger than they look.
I liked when you said that he came out like from hiding, basically, like when you guys were watching a show or TV one night, he kind of creeped out and, got acclimated to the environment. He wasn't shy anymore. I thought that was good. And I like the Mr. Hands nickname from the shelter, and then what you guys named him, and you gave us the history of why, or the reason behind that name. That was really meaningful.
Well, I like the fact that your mom, I love surprises, took you to the shelter and got you a pet, and you were very surprised about it, and you were very happy to get the cat. And I do agree with the name. So that cat is big, like a leopard, but he's really cute. And I like it's a big. I love the name.
Thank you.
I love how he described being surprised and how he described how happy he was, when he learned that he was getting a pet. I thought that was really sweet. And you did a good job reading, honey. Very brave.
Yeah, you did excellent.
Yeah, good job.
Speaking of that cat, I just saw him peek his head out from under the bed.
I was gonna ask you guys if you could have Zulu make an appearance at the end of our session, if we could see what Zulu
it won't
looks
come
like.
out right.
He probably won't come out, but
he's too shy.
Sam, get him out.
So I really like the part where you said that you saw the gray sign and that you knew you might get a cat. So that gray sign was kind of like gave you a hunch. You were like, I think I might know what's going to happen here. And then also really good description of Zulu. I like especially you repeated often how playful Zulu is. And so then I got a sense that Zulu's really playful. So then when you talked about Zulu's tiny claws and how sometimes when Zulu's too playful can be a little like cause a little pain, that you framed it inside of like, but that's because Zulu loves to play. And so really great description. And I liked that you shared your intuition or your hunch with us.
Yes, yes.
I liked it a lot because a lot of the family I know have cats. We have 4 actually. 2 of them you can kind of split them into 2 groups, one being Tabby and the other being Tuxedo. But my grandma also has a cat. She got it pretty recently. And my aunt also has a cat, so there's a lot of cats in this family.
Well, thank you guys all for offering all those golden lines. I think what's cool is to see the similarities between Masila and Salam's story is that they both hinge on this like surprise, right? Which is so fun. And also, of course, the mom is a key character in full story. the instigator of the surprises. And I think, that's so fun that in both stories we see this, we go in with this expectation of, oh, where are we going in the car? I don't even know where we're going. Or, oh, we have to wake up and we have to clean the house. And in both cases, it ends up being a much more delightful situation than we perhaps initially thought it would be. So, yeah. All right. Well, let's just do one final round of applause to thank everyone for their bravery in sharing these stories and reading them out loud.
Woo! Awesome, guys.
Yay, good job.
Yes, it takes a lot of guts to share your work about your own life and to share it in front of a group of people, and especially people you don't know. So you guys are all super impressive. I've had so much fun these past couple of weeks with you. I'm really grateful that you all just signed on. I know you have a lot of online class these days and probably can be pretty fatigued with the screen, but every week I just had so much fun with you all. So thanks again for joining and being a part of Wordplay, and I hope that you guys will decide to take another class and workshop again in a future season. And thanks so much to all of our guests, to all of our friends who came to listen today. It's been really fun.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. This was cool.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Well, farewell, everyone. Good night. Goodbye. And
don't forget to vote.
Yes, don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote. Okay.
And thank you all for being awesome teachers.
Thank you so much. Thank you. The kids are amazing. They make it so fun and so easy.
That is wonderful.
Okay, well, all right. If actually, Ms. Salam and Masila, final request. Would you guys just because you added a couple of details in yours, Masila, that I didn't have. Would you just write me back with your final draft so that I can have all the different drafts? It's really fun to see how the story progressed. Okay, all right.
We're gonna be making a book for Wordplay too, an anthology, which is like just a bunch of different stories, poems, and writings from students in all of our classes. So that's something we can include is your final stories from this class if you would like.
Yeah,
we would love to put them in there. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, well, thanks again for joining us. Okay, Salam and Masila, I'm gonna miss you guys. I hope to see you at Wordplay again soon.
I do too.
All right, good night. Bye, everyone. Bye, Amy.
Bye. Good night. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.